Okay, this is a CIS120 Spring 2012. I'm going to go over the layout of RVC Eagle and assignments and when things are due. So this is a 5-week class. When you come to class each session, this will be up on the overhead, and you will see a enter pin text box. You'll need to enter that in. In fact, I'll show you what it looks like. You'll put in today's pin and submit. Once you submit the pin that's on the overhead, that's what we use to take roll in the class. Any course announcements are going to be here in the course announcements area. Just welcoming everybody to CIS120. Just told everyone you should have already read the Getting Started documents, which we'll do in just a bit. Course mail, where you can email myself. You can also email each other. And then any updates to discussion forums, which in this case right now just the About Me only. On the left side is the task or milestones, shows you what's due, and if it's check mark, it means you've completed it. Sometimes the milestones are actually checked by just accessing, like the About Me discussion board. So you can click on the actual milestone. It'll take you to this area here to see if you've actually done anything. The other way to find out when things are due is the calendar. You'll notice the first items due is the 25th, review test getting started, and About Me. The way I've designed the class, you have a full week from the time we meet to complete your assignments. So we have on the January 25th, February 1st, February 8th, 15th, and the 19th. And then CIS 121 begins on, the Excel class begins on the 22nd. So if you'll click on the Lessons tab, we'll go over this one first. The Lessons tab is where you'll find all the course documents, beginning with the Getting Started. Course documents, we're going to have syllabus and other supporting documents. Weeks 1 through 5 have the beginning date for the week, with that actual session that we're meeting, date for that session. Inside of each week's folder is the assignment for that week. So let's go ahead and click on the Getting Started. Hopefully you've had time to purchase your textbook. If you have in the bookstore, still have some available. Secondly, I do podcast each course discussion when we're going over each tutorial in class. I do post those to iTunes, and then also I post it in that week's folder at the end of the session. I ask you to subscribe to Course Podcast in iTunes U, but it is going to be a duplicate podcast from what's on Eagle. The difference is on iTunes U, you can actually download the podcast and watch them offline on a mobile device or even on your laptop or desktop, Mac or PC. Thirdly, read the course syllabus found in lessons, and then also complete the About Me in week 1. Going back to lessons, in the course documents is about CIS120. Just tells about being the introduction to Microsoft Word. It's an introductory course teaching you creating, formatting, editing, saving, and printing a document. You'll also be looking at changing fonts and point sizes, setting, deleting tabs, creating headers and footers, footnotes, and editing such things as spell check. Prereq is keyboard proficiency and equivalent experience. Subscribing to Course Podcast, steps 1 through 7. Go ahead and launch that real quick to show you what it looks like on iTunes. Okay, I'm going to scroll down to the engineering. We're going to find Word 2007. and just click subscribe. If you click on that, it'll show you all the podcasts where I still have up from last semester. I'll keep these up until I post the first podcast. But once you subscribe to the course podcast, it will download for you automatically, like these are downloading here. And it'll also put an iTunes U directory, and you'll be able to go in and view those podcasts once they're downloaded. There's a Word 2007 podcast. I'll go ahead and open one up here. And you're able to forward fast, podcast, so on and so forth. So that's iTunes U and podcasting. There are other podcasts in iTunes besides the course site that would be beneficial to you. So avail yourself to download iTunes. It's a free software for Mac or PC, and begin watching and listening to podcasts. Syllabus, I'll let you read that on your own. FAQ, just some things on Vista and 7 that over the years have put in here to help students. Data files. This is actually extra data files really don't need for the class, but I put them in here anyway. Sometimes we might use these. Okay, going right to week 1. This week you have the About Me homework. The read before get class is just that. And here's going to have a topic review and PowerPoint. The topic review will go over that book section, and then a PowerPoint presentation. You can view the PowerPoint within the browser. And you do have your first quiz over the Microsoft Office 2007-2010 section. You have up to 3 attempts. It's worth 18 points. You get the best, highest out of maximum number of attempts is 3, and maximum score is the highest out of the 3. So that's week 1. Before you come to class next week, make sure you've went over Word Tutorial 1 in your book, and it's a good idea to go over the topic reviews as well to make sure you have a good understanding before coming to class of what we'll be covering. The structure of the class is when you come in, you're going to first of all put into pin. That'll be on the overhead. We'll have some discussion on that week's chapter. We'll do live examples and exercises to support those examples in the book, and then we'll go over what the take-home is for that week. So week 2, you've got, again, reading tutorial 1 before class, another 10-question multiple choice quiz, gives you up to 3 attempts, 40 points, full review, best out of 3, and then the Dropbox. This is their first actual Word assignment. Use Moab Wedding. There's a practice document. Tells you what to do step by step. In the practice document, read and follow the instructions in the document. When it does ask you to print, you do not need to do that. You do not have to sign the document as well. When prompted to save it, you can save it onto your USB drive as you would all your assignments the next 5 weeks, just to make sure you have them with you at all times. And then also, once you're finished, you'll submit, and it's going to be Wednesday instead of Sunday, so I'll change that. Here's the finished example that you can look at. So you put in your title of your name, full name, and then the moabwedding.docx will be attached to that. So the structure is pretty much the same each week, weeks 1 through 4. Weeks 3, we do have an in-class lab we're doing. Read tutorial 2 before class, 10-question quiz, 3 chances to take it, highest out of the 3, and another take-home creating a flyer. Week 4, read before class on creating a multi-page report, and then take-home for that is a Pond Corner homework using Word. And finally, week 5, the final session, we're going to do an in-class exercising, creating a newsletter, read tutorial 4 before class, 10-question quiz on tutorial 4. You have 3 chances to take it, highest score out of the 3, and then your final assignment is a word project, Black-Eyed Susan. So that completes your week 5. So weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are right here as they sit, and hope to have a great 5 weeks. If you do have any questions, you can email me within Eagle. And also I will have in the course section here a chat module that if I am online in Eagle, you can chat with me. So have a great class.